Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Odette, and exactly 2 years ago I stood in here and I gave you a tour of a bungalow we just bought in Lancashire, and that was the beginning of a long journey. It's 2 years today. You probably will see this video a few days later, but it's exactly today, Friday the 25th of July, 2 years that we moved into this lovely property. So welcome in. Let me show you what we have been doing for the last 2 years. I'm going to turn the camera around so that you can see better instead of my face. So this is the entrance porch now. This was just a standard UPVC porch. As you remember in one of our first videos, we used wood pallet to create a sitting bench and coats, hanging coats. So all the front have been painted. This was just the original paint color, a horrible brown reddish color. Still the same door and frame, is just been painted. I think the biggest difference you will find is inside now. If you remember, it used to be a partition. We removed the partition wall and the door and opened up the entrance hall to make it bigger. It's now a much open, brighter entrance. With the door, and now is all open. I'm going to take you straight upstairs that didn't exist before. And originally, this was a solid wall here. Now we have a beautiful stairs with paneling and metal railing that give us access to the top of the house. We have opened this door, this entrance here, and installed new stairs, because we now have a loft converted, what we didn't at the time, 2 years ago. So we're still a way to go. We are still without carpets. But now we come up the stairs, and to the right we have a guest room, and to the left we have what we call the chill out room, and another bedroom on the end, and a shower room. So let me show you this room first. This is one of our guest rooms. Again, we plan to change the carpet, but that will have to be done together with the rest, and I will explain why. That will be Mia coming up the stairs. No, not in the bedroom. Out. No bedroom. Out. Good girl. So this is what we call the chill out room. That is still waiting to have a cabrio window fitted. That's for my granddaughter there, because I'm a grandmother now. So I'm always on the lookout for toys and things like that for my granddaughter when they come over. So if you remember, Mr. B have built that bookcase there for us. And we have this chill out room. This is the second guest room. Mia out. Good girl. And this is what we call the shower room, because it's only used for guests really, unless our shower breaks down and then we come up here. So this was done during the first lockdown. So it's been about a year. It was just over a year. It was done during the first lockdown, where we are not allowed to go to work for 3 months. So we utilized the time, and it was something we wanted to do anyway. So we just ordered everything we could online and done this while we are at home. So back again, and we are going downstairs again. So the big mirror there, and we go through the house as I showed you in the first tour. So this is the bathroom. If it's even possible, it's still worse now than it was 2 years ago, because we have removed the corner bath that was here. And as you can see, there is pipe sticking out of the floor at the moment. So we hope to be doing this in the next couple of months. This has been a big change as well, because originally the door was here, but now because we have the stairs, we had to relocate the door to that side. So that's Mr. B, because if he's not working around the house, he's working in the office. So that's the home office. It turned out quite a good space, and Mr. B quite enjoys to be here away from the noise and everything else, and working away in here.
Exactly.
You heard them. We are lucky to have the plans of this house, and I decided to put one up in the office. And here, Mr. B have created this fantastic storage under the stairs for me. Very useful. The first room to be redecorated is what we call the snug. Mr. B room. Likes to come here at night and sit down and rest in here, watching his stuff. So we are probably going to redecorate soon, because Mr. B would like some darker colors in here. This was done very quickly because we have family I think, coming over, and we needed a place for them to sleep. So this was just done very quickly. That sofa is a sofa bed, so that's why we had to do this room quickly. So we will be not major changes, but just decoration. I think we're going to change the wall color and obviously the floor. We are still living most of the house without any floor, just subfloor. The main bedroom, the one we are supposed to be working on now and we are not, is exactly as it was 2 years ago, as you can see there. Nothing has changed, nothing at all. This is supposed to be on next project. Now, coming back here to the entrance, and this is obviously the major change. Horrible carpet and wallpaper everywhere before the changes. And probably the one was the most expensive one, because kitchens always are, plus all the walls that we had to remove. So that will always going to be an expensive project. So dining area, day room, and kitchen. This was the dining room before. What can I say that I haven't said already? Feel extremely blessed, extremely lucky. Big change from the kitchen we had before. We have turned 3 rooms into 1. We have such an amazing space here. The only place in the house that we actually have floor. That's right, Boo Boo? Yes? We have a beautiful floor in here. Now, this is a part I didn't show in the first tour of the house. And this is the utility room, because at the time this didn't belong to us. If you follow me, you understand. I don't want to go into the details now, but this was the original utility room. Originally, we didn't have this area. We do have now. So that's the utility room that after the kitchen is probably the best thing ever, because it's just so useful to have. One of our latest projects, the clock room that we have. Originally, it was a very basic clock room. Redecorated very recently. And obviously just another tick. That's another job done. So another thing we have now that we didn't then, 2 years ago, is the garage. It was a very basic garage that we converted for Queen Bee, and now we have converted it back as a garage. And it does what every garage is supposed to do, really. It's just fantastic. We are still adding bits all the time. Me and Mr. B, we do spend a lot of time in here because we're always doing things. There's 2 little projects in my workshop going on in there at the moment. Everything else, well, is a garage, really. It's extremely useful for us. We desperately need garage because we have a business to run, so we need storage for a lot of things. So going back here into the utility room, I want to show you another big project. We did this about a year ago, definitely last summer. And this is our outdoor area. Mr. B just installed that for me yesterday. What is great is 30 meters of hose for me to water all the garden. So originally there was a big, beautiful bush in there, but we had to remove. So we had to remove this beautiful bush and relocate it to another part of the garden because we needed the beans to be here. My herb garden, so close to the back door, to the kitchen, I have all my herbs there. And if I can show you, it runs the whole length of the back of the house, and this is a very wide house. And this is our outdoor entertainment cooking space. We have several sitting areas. We like to sit in here in the morning because the sun comes out there and we get the sun in here going through. Obviously that's the bifolds for the kitchen. We have an outdoor fridge and the sitting area in here. Wood stock, because if you have a wood burner and a pizza oven, you need a lot of wood. So we always have stock of that. And another sitting area in here. And it's a bit of another chill out area with games for when family and friends get together. Now this is our garden. We have been working on it as well, bit by bit. We have changed quite a few things. It's very lucky that a lot of plants, beautiful plants, are left behind. And obviously I had my own. So this year, the garden is looking particularly full and beautiful. And for a long time we thought it wasn't, because we had a very long, cold winter, but it's coming to life now and it's looking really nice. We have been adding. We feel that the garden represents more our personality now. It's different, but the good bones already here. We just have been changing things around. On things. That's a grapevine growing in there. The plan is to let it run along the roof of the outdoor area between the structure and the garden, so it will blur. We just have to wait to grow. Look at this beauty that I have here. Love them. So this is a new addition. We have planted, Mr. B have created this box for me, and my potatoes are just coming through. Another thing we have here, we done this year, is this enclosure. This enclosure is where we keep all of our berries. So I have loganberry, red currant, I'm sorry, that's red currant. Can't remember what that one is. The strawberries, black currants, and the cherry tree. Because the birdies, they eat all the fruit berries, so we decided we had some, well, quite a bit of leftover pipes, because obviously due to our job we always have them, and Mr. B created this enclosure for me, and we can keep all the berries inside. That's another bit of my vegetable garden. I have some onions and runner beans growing in there in multitude, so, and some pumpkins, aubergine, so it's quite a bit going on in there. Another thing I would like to show you is, originally this was my she shed. I still call it my she shed, but a lot of my videos you have seen, they have happened in here, because I used to have a big worktop here, and I used to work in here. It can get very, very cold in the winter, so now my workshop is in the garage, and I just clean it out, and I have my tomatoes and sweet peppers growing in here, and it's pretty much just a greenhouse for me now, and I'm very pleased with it, and still a lot of storage in here, but it looks so much better than it did before. I like it here because in the spring, when it's cold, it can get quite warm in here with the sun out. And if I can show you between the two houses, you have amazing views there. So I like to sit in here with a cup of coffee and just enjoy the garden. So going back, me is eating the bird's food. So this is what we have done in the last 2 years. What's next? We still have the main bedroom, the master bedroom, to redecorate, sort out the wardrobes, do an opening into an ensuite, divide the main bathroom in the house into a bathroom and an ensuite. So that is the next project, we hope. We still have the Velux window upstairs to fit, and once that is done, we can carpet all the upstairs and down the stairs, because I would like to see that all with the same carpet all the way throughout. And obviously the floor, once our bedroom and the bathroom downstairs and the ensuite are complete, we will start to lay the floor on the rest of the house. What else? We're always doing something. I'm sure that by the time we do all that, probably will be another year, we find something else to do, because that's how we roll, you know. We are prolific renovators. That's what we like to do. We are happy doing it. So I would like to thank all of you that have followed us on this mad journey for the last 2 years. For all the subscribers, old and new, thank you very much. this all started as a way of empowering people and teaching people how to do things. That still is our ethos, is to teach people, empower people to ever go. Don't be afraid, ever go. Try. There's nothing wrong in trying. If you see you can't do, then call the professionals in, but try, ever go. Small things that it can make a big difference. I'm not naive to think that you can do big jobs like fitting a kitchen or removing walls, because it's serious stuff. But other small things that makes all the difference around the house. And ladies, you know, if we can deliver babies, if we can raise children, we can do a lot of stuff around the house, right? Don't be afraid. There's thousands, millions of videos out there on YouTube that you can go watch them 2, 3, 4, 5 times until you feel confident that you have an idea how to do it, and go and do it. Okay, don't be afraid, try, because if we don't try, we never learn. You know, that's just human nature, that's the way it is. So that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.